Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Alrighty,
So,
so we did our presentation on formal assessment and evaluation. So what is it? Formal
wait,
assessment,
wait, wait.
it uses summative strategies and it is designed to provide evidence about a student's learning. And it does that by measuring the amount of knowledge that students have retained from what they were previously taught. This assessment is highly structured and it has the same set of expectations for each student. It has specific guidelines, procedures, and administration for scoring and interpreting the results. There are four types. So the first two are standardized tests and program tests. Standardized tests are assessments in which the questions, instruction scoring, and the way the test is administered are done exactly in the same way. They are mainly used as a means to compare students' knowledge and skills in a particular area to those of other students in the state or nation. For the program test or teacher tests, they can be used to measure how well a student is able to understand and remember specific content. Some examples can be class projects, class presentations, quizzes, and tests. The other two types are essay tests and criterion reference tests. For assessment, or not assessment, essay tests, they can measure how well students express through writing their understanding of the content they've learned. Some things you can do for it is journal writing, written reports, and written exams. For the criterion reference test, they're used to assess whether a student has mastered learning objectives by comparing the student's results to a predefined set of criteria. And you either meet the criteria or you don't. An example of that would be the giftedness test.
Okay, let's move to the second part about why it is important for educators. So the importance of the evaluations for educators, assessments are often used to understand how your students are learning, how your teachers are teaching, and how effective educational programs or courses are. So it means the evaluations is playing a very important role in educations for both of the students and teachers. And the assessments allow educators to measure the effectiveness of instructional strategies, programs, and educational outcomes. It can providing practical data for continuous improvement and informed design making. So most importantly, it can help educators understand whether the educational goals are being achieved and the impact of their teaching on students' learning. Let's move to the next page. So here are the four reasons. The first reason is about the improving students' achievement. So the ultimate goal of assessment is to improve students' learning and development. I can give an example here. So if I want to improve the students' achievements, I will use the standardized test. It can help me to evaluate students' performance on standardized tests to measure their mastery of specific subjects compared to national or state benchmarks. The second one is about enhancing teaching. Assessments help educators reflect on their teaching practices and understand the impact of their teaching strategies on students' learning. I can give one example. It is about the peer observations. So I can arrange for teachers to observe each other's classes and provide feedback focus on teaching method, classroom management, and students' engagement. So after the observations, I can improve my class content, the class goals, and the class structures. Let's move to the next page. The third reason is about the improved curriculum design. So those the systematic evaluation, educators can identify strengths and weaknesses in the curriculum and adjust the curriculum structure or content accordingly, just like what I said before. So I can give one example too. It's about the curriculum reviews. Like I can review the curriculum to ensure it meets the current educational standards. relevance, and so on. So it is very important for the teachers. The fourth one is about the promoting professional development. So the assessment identifies areas of professional development by highlighting gaps in teaching practice or curriculum delivery. I can give one example, like I can use a long-term career progress tracking. I can monitor the long-term career progression of employees who have undergone professional development to assess impacts on career growth. So this can approach to professional development ensures the relevance and effectiveness of training programs. So I think that's it.
Okay, let's move to the third part. How does it influence educational practice regard assessment? Yep. Improving assessment quality is key to achieving educational goals. We must ensure that evaluations are valid and reliable, truly reflecting students' knowledge and fair across diverse groups. Additionally, aligning assessment with our educational objectives is crucial. If assessments fail to measure critical skills, like critical thinking, we should be prepared to shift from traditional testing formats to more reflective methods like essay or projects. By enhancing assessment quality, we support a more inclusive and effective learning environment for all students. Let's move to next page. Yeah, so evaluation are key to improving education. They guide us to refining our curriculum and training teachers. If students struggle in a subject like science, we know to add more hands-on activities. If they are struggling with technology, it's then our teachers need further training to effectively using digital tools. This approach helps us keep our teaching methods effective and up to date, ensure better learning outcomes for all students. And let's move to the next page. Across various countries, there is growing dedication among educators and principals to use students' test data effectively. This commitment is aimed at enhancing students' learning and accountability. Teachers analyze this data to pinpoint each student's strengths and weaknesses, guide them to update their teaching strategies for better outcomes. Moreover, this approach fosters innovation in the assessment. Schools are encouraged to try new methods like project-based assessment or portfolio to gain deeper insights into students' learning and skill development. These practices are proven to be more effective than traditional tests, promoting a more comprehensive understanding of students' ability and progress.
Okay, so for our assessment, we chose to do a Google Forms. It has 9 questions, 3 from each section that we did, and it can vary in its answers. It could be a short answer, a multiple choice, and like a match and go. The written responses will be graded manually. So I wouldn't worry about like seeing how you missed points because we'd have to grade that manually. So go ahead and click the link below to go and take the quiz. Thank you.
Thank you.